Hey everyone, my name is Casey Rain and welcome back to our series where we uncover all the purple facts about each of Prince's albums. Hope you're all safe and self-isolating during these worrying times, and hopefully this video will entertain you for a few minutes. If you haven't yet, please subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. Today we're going to jump into the deep facts on Prince's 10th album, Lovesexy. This album marked a turning point for Prince for his spirituality and launched an incredible tour, of which the Dortmund, Germany show was released on video in the 80s as Lovesexy Live. It's frankly shocking that it's never had an official digital release on DVD, Blu-ray or streaming, and we hope that the Prince estate will remedy that in the next few years. Alright folks, let's hit it. Fact number 1. Lovesexy. The original song was recorded in December 1987, but that's actually a different song to what ended up as the title track on the album. In January of 1988, Prince had an acetate pressed which contained this original Lovesexy song and the other songs recorded for the album up to that point. But just a few days later, he decided to scrap this version of the song and record a brand new song with the same title, which is the song that we know. The original song has never been bootlegged, but is known to be almost completely different to the track that we know, with the only similarities being the rain is wet, sugar is sweet part, and the same horn and synth part in the chorus. One huge difference between the two is that the original song was recorded with the entire live band, whereas the song that made the album was just Prince, Eric Leeds, and Atlanta Bliss. Fact number 2. Aside from the original song named Lovesexy, there's one other song that was originally included in the album sequence which got removed. That's a song that has been bootlegged over the years called The Line. If you're familiar with the song from the 90s called Acknowledge Me, the scream by Bonnie Boyer that opens that song is sampled directly from The Line. Fact number 3. The album artwork, shot by Jean-Baptiste Mondino, has become one of the most iconic album covers of all time. But back in the 80s, it was pretty racy for the more conservative parts of the US. So much so that Walmart initially refused to carry the album at all, and later on kept copies hidden away behind the counters because of the album cover, calling it offensive and graphic. Other stores had the album on display with the cover partially obscured, and perhaps the most hilarious, in some countries, bootlegged versions of the album had their cover edited and filled in to make it seem like Prince was wearing pants. Fact number 4. If you've watched the previous videos in this series, then you should know all about how Prince had to cut down his planned 3-disc Crystal Ball album into the 2-disc Sign of the Times. Well, one of the songs that got removed when that happened is a song called The Ball. How is that relevant to Lovesexy, you might ask? Very simple. Prince ended up reusing the music to The Ball, writing new lyrics on top of it, and that became the album opener for Lovesexy, the song I Know. Fact number 5. Although the album and the film Graffiti Bridge wouldn't come out for another couple of years, Prince was already working on the project at the time of Lovesexy, and the title track had already been recorded in 1987. So one little known fact is that in the intro to I Know, if you listen carefully, you hear the phrase, "Near the bridge of graffiti there lives a band whose soul belongs to God." This marks the first mention of the Graffiti Bridge concept on a Prince record. Additionally, although it would be almost a full decade before Prince released the New Power Soul album, that phrase was also first used and a graphic made for it on this album. Fact number 6. When Two Are in Love is of course the only song that got moved to Lovesexy from the then cancelled Black album. But since the Black album did eventually get released in 1994, it's one of the rare occasions where the same song got released on different albums in an identical version. Additionally, it seems that Prince was very fond of that song. It also got included as the B-side to the Scandalous single from the Batman soundtrack in 1989, and in 2000, Prince was considering releasing a compilation album of his ballads to be titled When Two Are in Love, The Ballads of Prince. Fact number 7. Speaking of songs being released on multiple albums, song Positivity holds a very special honor. Not only did it appear on Lovesexy, but it appeared on other album releases on both Paisley Park Records and the later NPG Records. How did this happen? Well, it's very simple. Prince recorded a new version of the song with Mavis Staples singing the lead, and it appeared on her album The Voice, which was originally released on Paisley Park Records in 1993, and then re-released on NPG Records in 1995. Fact number 8. Remember in the title track when Prince says the line, "Put my name upon my thigh"? Well, here's something fun. If you hold the cassette artwork up to the light, the Yes logo on the other side of the sleeve aligns perfectly with, you guessed it, Prince's thigh on the front cover. The alignment is just too perfect for that to be anything other than a deliberate, subtle design nod to that lyric. Fact number 9. Much like the episode with Around the World in a Day, where Prince originally decided to not pick any singles, Prince tried a similar approach with Lovesexy, originally telling Warner Brothers that he was not going to film any music videos for this album, and that he believed the lack of videos would add an air of mystery. Warner's naturally disagreed with this assessment, but they couldn't force him to do any videos. Eventually, Prince relented, phoning up Alan Leeds on a snowy Sunday, saying that he wanted to make a video but did not want Warner's involved with it, and he'd put up the money himself. Alan asked him when he wanted to do it. Prince said he wanted to film that very same day. Alan told Prince that it was very unlikely they'd be able to get a film crew assembled that day in Minneapolis on a Sunday in the middle of a snowstorm, and Prince replied with, "Sounds like that's your problem, not mine." After exhausting his phone book, Alan finally found a director who located a cable channel filming location and a set of basic equipment that was usually only used to film local city council meetings for low-budget local access channels. They finally began filming at 11 p.m, and it's due to these reasons that the Alphabet Street video is pretty low budget for its time. But somehow, that adds to its charm, and it certainly looks different to any other music videos being made around that time. And that about wraps it up for this video. Tell us, what's your favourite song from Lovesexy? Should the estate do a digital release of Lovesexy Live? If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and we'll catch you next time for more Purple Facts. Peace, and be wild.
Hi, I'm Elisa Fiorillo, and you're watching The Violet Reality on YouTube. All things Prince!